The drama surrounding Terence Crawford's exit from boxing did not unfold quietly or without resistance. It came wrapped in doubt, disbelief, admiration, criticism, and an unmistakable sense that the sport was losing something rare. For years, no matter who he fought, the narrative never seemed to shift in his favor. Every win came with an asterisk. When he beat one opponent, they were suddenly a nobody. When he dominated another, the excuse became age or decline. If he dismantled a rising contender, the story turned into inexperience. No matter how complete the performance, the respect always felt delayed. That constant backdrop followed Crawford until the very end, even as he announced his retirement. At 38 years old, fresh off what many consider the greatest victory of the modern era, Crawford chose to walk away undefeated. Not quietly, not in a press release, but through an emotional video that revealed a man who had reached peace with a journey that had consumed his entire life. His decision stunned the boxing world not because it was expected, but because it was rare. Champions almost never leave on top. They linger. They convince themselves there is one more fight, one more payday, one more statement to make. Crawford did the opposite. He left while his name still carried fear, while his record remained perfect, and while his legacy stood untouched. The timing alone sparked controversy. Just weeks earlier, the boxing world was still digesting his dominant performance against Canelo Alvarez, a fight that should have set the stage for massive rematches, historic paydays, and an extended reign at the highest level. Instead, Crawford pulled the plug. Social media exploded as fans struggled to process the idea that one of the most complete fighters ever might truly be done. Millions reacted with a mix of heartbreak and admiration, recognizing that they had been watching something special only when it was already slipping away. Not everyone accepted the announcement at face value. Jake Paul quickly added fuel to the fire by suggesting that the retirement was nothing more than strategy. According to his view, this was classic boxing theater, a move designed to drive attention, raise leverage, and force promoters into offering even bigger money. His comments carried weight because rumors had already circulated about potential crossover fights and massive offers that never materialized. To some, it felt like disappointment disguised as dismissal, the frustration of missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But Crawford's own words painted a very different picture. This was not about leverage or negotiation. It was about control. After 17 years of staying undefeated, of carrying the mental burden of perfection, and of navigating the politics that define elite boxing, he made it clear that walking away on his own terms mattered more than anything else. He had chased something deeper than belts or headlines. He had chased the feeling of proving doubt wrong again and again, until there was nothing left to chase. Behind the scenes, the business of boxing may have pushed him closer to the edge. The decision by a sanctioning body to strip him of a title over fees, despite his historic accomplishments, reportedly left a bitter taste. To Crawford, it was another reminder that the sport often prioritizes money and politics over greatness. For a fighter who had given everything physically and mentally, that moment may have been the final straw. What makes this retirement resonate so deeply is how complete Crawford's career already was. He leaves with a flawless record, 42 wins and 0 losses, with the majority coming by knockout. He was never knocked down. He never looked lost. Judges rarely had rounds to debate because his dominance left little room for interpretation. He became undisputed across multiple weight classes, something almost unthinkable in the modern era. His ability to switch stances, adjust mid-fight, and dismantle opponents mentally as much as physically set him apart from his peers. Still, skepticism lingers. Boxing history has taught fans to question every retirement. Legends have walked away only to return when the money or opportunity became irresistible. Some believe a rematch with Canelo, a mega event in Saudi Arabia, or even an unexpected crossover fight could pull Crawford back. Others point to the symbolic $100 million price tag rumored by his camp as a challenge rather than a demand. A line drawn in the sand that tests whether the sport truly values him at the level his resume suggests. The debates are loud. Critics argue that Crawford chose the perfect moment to exit, right as younger, hungrier fighters were emerging. They suggest calculation rather than courage, claiming he avoided potential threats to his undefeated record. Supporters fire back just as fiercely, pointing out that he fought everyone placed in front of him, moved up weight classes without hesitation, and never ducked a challenge when it mattered. Beyond the arguments, there is a quieter truth shaping this decision. Family. Years spent in training camps mean missed birthdays, lost holidays, and moments that never come back. For someone who started boxing as a child, the cost was always there, quietly accumulating. Now, with his children growing and his health intact, Crawford chose presence over pressure, life over legacy chasing. In a sport that often takes everything and gives little back, that choice feels almost revolutionary. His departure also reshapes the future of the divisions he leaves behind. Titles once frozen are now available. Young fighters who waited years for opportunity finally see open doors. The ripple effects of his retirement will be felt long after the initial shock fades. Even Canelo Alvarez is left in limbo, deprived of the chance to rewrite his own narrative through a rematch that now may never happen. In the end, Terence Crawford's retirement forces boxing to confront uncomfortable questions. Why does respect come so late? Why do legends feel underappreciated until the very end? And why is it so rare for greatness to walk away without being broken first? Whether this retirement lasts or not, the moment itself matters. It represents a fighter choosing dignity, peace, and control in a sport that rarely allows any of those things. Now the question turns to you. Do you believe Crawford is truly finished, or is this just the calm before one final storm? Did he leave at the perfect moment, or are there fights you feel the world was robbed of seeing? Share your thoughts below. If you appreciate deep, story-driven boxing breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another chapter in boxing's most compelling stories.